April 27th, 2024. The desert sun blazes overhead, casting its relentless glare upon the ancient sands. Today, as I venture deeper into the heart of this barren expanse, I stumbled upon a discovery that will forever haunt my dreams. Statues, ancient and foreboding, stood defiantly amidst the shifting dunes, their demonic visage twisted in a grotesque sneer. Their presence exuded a palpable aura of malevolence, an energy that seemed to pulse with an otherworldly force. As I approached, I could feel the hairs on the nape of my neck stand on end, a primal instinct warning me of the danger that lay before me. Yet, despite my trepidation, I could not tear my gaze away from the statue's mesmerizing gaze. It was as if they called out to me, beckoning me to unravel the mysteries that lay shrouded in its ancient stone. My team, comprised of seasoned archaeologists and researchers, shared in my fascination and trepidation. Yet as we began to unearth the secrets buried beneath the sands, we unwittingly unleashed forces beyond our comprehension. Strange occurrences plagued our camp, whispers of unseen entities that stalked the shadows, their presence felt but never seen. It was not long before members of my team began to exhibit peculiar behaviors, their minds seemingly ensnared by the sinister influence of the demonic statues. Some spoke in tongues unknown, their voices warped and twisted by unseen hands. Others succumbed to fits of madness, their eyes glazed over with a madness born of unearthly terror. I, too, have felt the tendrils of madness creeping ever closer, threatening to consume my sanity whole. Yet, I cannot bring myself to abandon the pursuit of knowledge, no matter the cost. For buried within the darkness that surrounds us lies the key to unlocking the secrets of the ancients, a knowledge that may yet change the course of history itself. But as I stand on the precipice of discovery, I cannot shake the feeling that I am but a pawn in a game played by forces far beyond my understanding. The demonic statue looms over us like a malevolent specter, its silent gaze a testament to the horrors that lie dormant within its ancient stone. And as the desert winds whisper tales of long-forgotten gods and forbidden knowledge, I cannot help but wonder if our fate was sealed from the moment we uncovered the statue's cursed form. Under the oppressive shroud of darkness, the desert transformed into a realm of nightmares, where reality blurred with the twisted fantasies of a fevered mind. As night descended upon our camp, so too did the horrors that lurked within the shadows. One by one, my comrades fell victim to the insidious influence of the demonic statues. Their screams pierced the silence of the desert night, a symphony of terror that echoed across the barren landscape. Some spoke of visions, grotesque phantasms that writhed and twisted in the darkness, their forms ever shifting and indistinct. Others awoke in a cold sweat, their bodies racked with convulsions as unseen hands dragged them into the depths of madness. In the dead of night, I witnessed horrors that no mortal should ever behold. One of my team members, consumed by a madness born of unearthly terror, clawed at his own flesh in a frenzied attempt to escape the unseen horrors that stalked his dreams. His eyes, once bright with the spark of curiosity, now stared into the abyss with a vacant emptiness that chilled me to the bone. Another spoke in tongues unknown, his voice warped and twisted by unseen forces that seized control of his very being. Words spilled forth from his lips like venomous serpents, their meaning lost in the cacophony of madness that enveloped us. And still, others fell silent, their minds shattered by the weight of horrors too terrible to comprehend. As I watched helplessly, I could feel the tendrils of madness creeping ever closer, threatening to engulf me in their suffocating embrace. Shadows danced at the periphery of my vision, whispering dark secrets that stirred the depths of my soul. I knew then that I stood on the precipice of oblivion, teetering on the edge of a chasm from which there could be no return. Yet, even as the darkness threatened to consume me whole, I could not tear my gaze away from the demonic statue that loomed over us like a malevolent specter. Its presence filled me with a primal dread, a sense of impending doom that hung heavy in the air like a suffocating miasma. And as the night wore on, I realized with a sinking heart that our fate was sealed from the moment we uncovered the statue's cursed form. We were but pawns in a game played by forces beyond our comprehension, mere mortals adrift in a sea of ancient horrors. And though I knew not what lay in store for us in the days to come, one thing remained abundantly clear. In the heart of the desert, amidst the shifting sands and ancient ruins, we had awakened something far more terrifying than we could ever have imagined. And now, as the darkness closed in around us, I could only pray that we would live to see the light of dawn once more. In the embrace of sleep, I found myself ensnared within the labyrinthine corridors of my own subconscious, where reality and nightmare intertwined in a kaleidoscope of terror. I wandered through a landscape devoid of light, where shadows danced and whispered secrets too terrible to comprehend. The desert sand stretched out before me, an endless expanse of shifting dunes that whispered tales of ancient horrors buried beneath their surface. As I walked, the sands rose up to engulf me, pulling me down into the depths of an abyss from which there could be no escape. In the darkness, I heard the echoes of voices long silenced, their whispers a haunting refrain that echoed through the corridors of my mind. Faces twisted in agony flickered in and out of existence, their eyes filled with a soul-searing despair that chilled me to the bone. Suddenly, I found myself standing before the demonic statue, its malevolent gaze fixed upon me with an intensity that pierced the very fabric of my being. Its stone visage contorted into a grotesque sneer, mocking me with a silent laughter that echoed through the emptiness of the void. With a start, I realized that I could not move, my limbs bound by unseen chains forged from the depths of my own fear. I watched helplessly as tendrils of darkness coiled around me, their icy touch sending shivers down my spine. And then, with a deafening roar, the statue came to life, its stone form pulsating with an otherworldly energy that filled me with a terror beyond words. It loomed over me like a colossus, its twisted form casting a shadow that blotted out the very stars themselves. As I gazed into its eyes, I felt a presence stirring within me, a primal force that threatened to consume my very soul. I screamed, a sound that echoed through the emptiness of the void. There was no one to hear me, no one to save me from the horrors that awaited. And then, just as suddenly as it had begun, the nightmare ended, leaving me gasping for breath in the cold light of dawn. But even as I awoke, I could feel the lingering tendrils of darkness clinging to me like a shroud, a reminder of the horrors that lurked just beyond the threshold of consciousness. As I rose to face the day, I knew that the nightmare was far from over. The demonic statue still stood, silent and menacing amidst the shifting sands, its presence a constant reminder of the horrors that lay in wait beneath the surface of the desert. And as I prepared to confront the day ahead, I could only pray that I would find the strength to withstand the darkness that threatened to consume us all. In the depths of despair, I find myself grappling with a truth too terrifying to comprehend, that the boundaries between myth and reality have blurred beyond recognition, and the nightmare from which I thought I would awaken has become my new reality. In the heart of the desert, amidst the shifting sands and ancient ruins, I am confronted with the undeniable evidence that the myths and legends of old hold a power far greater than I ever dared to imagine. The demonic statue, with its malevolent presence and sinister influence, stands as a testament to the ancient forces that linger just beyond the veil of human understanding. It is as if the nightmares of the past have come to life before my very eyes, their phantasmagorical forms manifesting in the world around me with a horrifying clarity. I am but a pawn in a game played by forces beyond my comprehension, a mere mortal caught in the grip of powers that defy explanation. Though I may never awaken from this living nightmare, I will not allow myself to be swallowed whole by the darkness.